October 31st, 1984, began like any other day in Delhi. The city slowly awakened under a gentle, golden sunrise, its familiar rhythms unfolding as they always had. The sun rose over bustling neighborhoods, children in crisp uniforms made their way to school, and street vendors carefully arranged their goods, preparing for another busy day. The city's heartbeat was steady, its people unaware of the storm that was about to break. Radios crackled with the morning news, playing music and headlines as families gathered for breakfast. No one suspected that history was quietly shifting beneath their feet, that the day would soon be marked by tragedy. At the center of it all stood Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, a towering figure in Indian politics, both revered and reviled. Her presence loomed large over the nation, her decisions shaping the fate of millions. Known as the Iron Lady, she inspired fierce loyalty among her supporters, while her critics accused her of being authoritarian. Her leadership style was bold, often controversial, and always commanding attention. Her recent decisions had left the country divided. Operation Blue Star, a military action she ordered in June, had sent shockwaves through the nation, especially among the Sikh community. The operation targeted militants in Amritsar's Golden Temple, but the sacred site was left scarred and damaged, deepening wounds that would not easily heal. For many Sikhs, this act was a profound betrayal, sparking outrage, grief, and a sense of alienation. Protests erupted, and emotions ran high across Punjab and beyond. Despite warnings from advisors and mounting tensions, Indira Gandhi refused to dismiss her Sikh bodyguards. She believed in not judging an entire community for the actions of a few, standing by her principles even as the risks grew. The air in Delhi was thick with unease. Beneath the surface calm, anxiety simmered. The city and the nation sat on a knife's edge, unaware that the calm of this morning would soon give way to chaos and sorrow. On the morning of her death, Indira Gandhi began her day as usual, unaware of the tragedy that awaited her. She was preparing for an interview with the renowned British actor and filmmaker Peter Ustinov, a meeting she had looked forward to. The air was calm, and her household bustled quietly as she readied herself for the day ahead. She chose a saffron sari, a color symbolizing courage and sacrifice, and carefully dressed for the camera. Every detail was attended to, from the drape of her sari to the way she styled her hair, reflecting her poise and dignity as the Prime Minister of India. As she walked from her residence at 1 Safdarjung Road to her office, the morning sunlight filtered through the trees, casting gentle shadows along the pathway. She approached the familiar gate, where her bodyguard stood at attention, a routine she had followed countless times before. Among the guards were Beant Singh and Satwant Singh, both Sikhs, who had served in her security detail for years. They appeared calm, but beneath the surface a storm was brewing. At precisely 9:20 a.m., as Indira Gandhi greeted her protectors with a gentle nod, Beant Singh suddenly drew his revolver and fired 3 shots at close range, shattering the morning's peace. In a split second, Satwant Singh followed, unleashing a barrage of bullets, his automatic weapon echoing through the compound. The attack was swift and brutal, leaving no time for anyone to react. The very men entrusted with her safety had become her assassins, turning a place of security into a scene of horror and betrayal. Chaos erupted instantly. Security personnel rushed to the scene, shouts and cries filling the air as panic spread throughout the residence. The gravity of the situation became clear within moments. Indira Gandhi was quickly lifted and rushed to the hospital, her staff and family desperately hoping for a miracle. Every second counted as doctors and aides worked frantically to save her life. Her daughter-in-law, Sonia Gandhi, was by her side, cradling her in her arms, trying to stem the bleeding with trembling hands. The family was plunged into crisis, their faces etched with fear and disbelief. The ambulance sped through the crowded streets of Delhi, sirens wailing, as the nation unknowingly edged toward a moment of profound loss. The journey was a desperate race against time, but despite every effort, Indira Gandhi's life was slipping away, leaving India on the brink of mourning. Indira Gandhi arrived at AIIMS clinically dead. Doctors fought to revive her, but the damage was too severe. News of the attack spread, creating panic and confusion. The BBC reported the shooting while All India Radio remained silent. Finally, at 2:23 p.m., she was declared dead. A wave of shock and grief washed over India. Her death marked the end of an era, leaving the nation rudderless. The world mourned, but in India, grief turned to rage. Leaders worldwide sent condolences, recognizing her as a towering figure. Yet in India, her death ignited a firestorm of violence. The assassination of Indira Gandhi on October 31, 1984, unleashed unprecedented violence in the heart of Delhi, a city that quickly descended into chaos and fear. Mobs, driven by a toxic mix of rumors and political incitement, targeted the Sikh community with a ferocity that shocked the nation and the world. What followed was not merely a riot, but a systematic pogrom, a planned and deliberate attempt to annihilate a community. Sikh men were brutally attacked, their homes and businesses reduced to ashes, leaving families shattered and homeless. The police, who were meant to protect, often stood by, watching the violence unfold, and in some cases even participated in the mob attacks. The state machinery collapsed entirely, leaving the Sikh community vulnerable and isolated, with nowhere to turn for safety. Amidst this chaos and destruction, Rajiv Gandhi was sworn in as Prime Minister, a moment that was supposed to bring hope. However, his words failed to quell the violence, and were instead seen by many as a justification for the ongoing carnage, further inflaming tensions. It took several days for the army to restore a semblance of order, but by then, the damage was done. By then, thousands of Sikhs had been killed, leaving deep, indelible scars on the community and the nation. The riots left a stain on India's secular credentials, a dark chapter in the nation's history that continues to haunt its conscience. The assassination and riots of 1984 reshaped India. The violence shattered minority security and questioned state protection. Justice remains elusive for many victims. Indira Gandhi's legacy is complex, seen as both a strong leader and an authoritarian figure. Her actions in Punjab led to a cycle of violence. The Gandhi family's political dynasty was marked by tragedy. Rajiv Gandhi, who rose to power after her death, was also assassinated. Indira's politics continue to influence India today. October 31st is a day of national remembrance. It serves as a warning of how political decisions can ignite religious passions.